Hey guys, just a quick announcement on the F1 2014 giveaway. The winners will be revealed in the next episode of F1 2014 career mode after this, so be sure to tune into that. But anyway, let's get into this video. Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with another episode of F1 2014 career mode. And I've got to say, there was a massive divide in terms of what you guys wanted in qualifying, whether you wanted the 3 sessions or the 1 session. There was just so many comments saying one or the other, so it's really hard to decide. So I decided to make a vote, and that's going to be linked in the description of this video. So all you need to do is go over to that website, vote for the one you want, 3 sessions or 1 session for my qualifying. The one that gets the most votes will be the one that I use for the rest of the season, and hopefully you guys understand that. Just make sure that I get what you guys want, the majority want. So just, be sure to do that vote in the description of this video. It'll really help me out and make this series hopefully even better. So anyway, here we are. This is our fastest qualifying lap here in Germany. A track I was really looking forward to and actually had a lot of fun driving it, which was good. The AI were good to race against. Obviously we'll see that in the race. But my qualifying was absolutely amazing in the first 2 sectors. As you can see on my fastest lap here, what we're going to have through the second sector split here. You can see the car in front of me, I think is Rosberg. We're purple through sector 2 here, but I think Lewis Hamilton's going to be coming around to set an even faster lap time any second now. But I've got to say, in sectors 1 and 2, this car is spot on. In the final sector, I don't know, just absolutely no grip. It seems like it's all over the place. But there you go. Hamilton goes and sets the fastest lap so far, and that's our 1:16.467. What are we going to do across the line? It's going to be a 1:17.741. So that puts us over a second off the pace. And we ended up falling to 11th place at the end of the session. You can see here, starting in 11th place. I was actually really tempted to go for the different strategy, going prime option instead of option prime. Obviously we're starting in 11th, so we can choose the strategy we do. But I decided to just stick to the normal one. Hopefully it will be most interesting, and hopefully we can still get a good result of it here today in Germany. I've got to say, this is going to be an interesting race, because starting in 11th, it's not going to be the easiest, is it? It's a track where you can overtake, but there are lots of opportunities where if you go just a little bit wrong, you're going to be getting overtaken by loads of people. So I need to be decisive on my overtakes, but also not too silly, because otherwise I could end up losing positions instead of gaining them. But 10th and 11th for the teammates in McLaren, so that's good. Showing in qualifying at least we're very equal. And I think Button actually has out-qualified me more times now this season, but I have outraced him more times, so it's pretty good in terms of that for me. And lights out and away we go, and a pretty bad start from Button there. We're going to get past him going down into turn 1. Perez, Ricciardo, Massa all into turn 1, all side by side each other. We managed to get past Perez, who goes wide. Ricciardo goes wide as well. Now Vettel, Massa, Alonso nearly going 3 wide here. Where are we going to put our car? To the outside, we get past Massa and Vettel. Will make it very easy to get past them. So a bit of a weird couple of corners there. I really didn't want to be too aggressive, because you guys saying that you want to make it as realistic as possible to watch, or you want me to make it as realistic as possible. So diving up the inside of all the cars into turn 1 and 2 isn't the most enjoyable thing, so I was just trying to make it a bit more interesting here. I was looking to the inside of Alonso, but he already jumped out at the last second to go past Hulkenberg, who's going very slowly, and we even managed to get back past him there. So gotta say, that's a pretty good first couple of corners there, and up from 11th on the grid to 5th. And I've got to say, it looks like Ferrari and Mercedes are 2 fastest cars here. Obviously they're now occupying the first 4 positions here, and it's a bit interesting to see Raikkonen ahead of Alonso. Just like real life in the game, Alonso pretty much seems to be ahead of Raikkonen all the time. And look at this, a slight mistake there, which is kind of unfortunate, letting Hulkenberg through once again. But we're going to go on the attack to try and get past him as quickly as possible, as he's in a car which should say we should be able to easily get past here. He's got the qualifying pace, Hulkenberg, but he hasn't really got the race pace so far in this season. Just for the record here, I wasn't trying to keep Massa behind me by doing that. I was just trying to get some of the dirt off my tyres from obviously going a little bit wide a couple of corners before. But Hulkenberg has made a really good impression on Alonso here. He's catching right up to the back of him. I'm not too sure whether it's Raikkonen holding up Alonso, who's holding up Hulkenberg now. So I'm not too sure what's happening in terms of that, but we're going to obviously hope to overtake both these guys here. We've got rich fuel mixture as well. 1.3 seconds the gap is to Hulkenberg, so it's going to be pretty unlikely we'll get past him here. But maybe we can get something off of the corner if they make a little mistake. And what's this? Hulkenberg and Alonso going side by side here. Get past Alonso there, who gets squeezed out by Hulkenberg. And now, where are we going to make a move on Nico Hülkenberg here? Are we going to be able to make a move into this next turn here? It's going to be very optimistic down the inside. We're going to make the move stick, but we've jumped across the curb. We're going to run side by side. We're going to go round the outside of Hülkenberg there and grab 4th position. I thought that was a pretty good overtake there, which got me back into 4th position here. Now, going on to lap number 6, you can see we pretty much just sort of left the gap to Raikkonen. It's about the same, but we make a very silly mistake here, jumping all over the curbs on the outside. And now defending from Alonso, going way too fast into this turn. And I'm going to slow it down here because I'm, I think, a little bit too sort of quick on the wheel. I'm sliding about all over the place. I'm trying to make the car go straight, but I seem to just make it end up going into a spin, which is really just unfortunate. My tyres are completely gone, as you can see there. Front wing of my, part of my front wing is gone now, so I think I hit Bottas there, and I'm really sorry guys, that was not intentional. It's just one of those things. I could have easily edited out that I said, oh, nothing ever happened, but it's a major part of the race and I didn't want to do anything silly with the editing. So unfortunately for me, I lost even more positions there. And as we head into the pit lane on lap number 8, we're going to be fitting the soft compound tyres here in Germany, and also we're going to have a front wing change here. So that's definitely held us up in the pit stop. You can see there Vettel has got past us, which we're going to try and get past him as quickly as possible, but other cars coming around who I'm guessing haven't stopped, but who knows, maybe they have stopped. But Ericsson, I doubt, has stopped because he's obviously at a Caterham, which isn't very fast. So we should be in DRS zone here on Vettel, even though there's a slight lock-up there, but we should be in the zone of Vettel for DRS. Down this back straight here. Obviously it's his home race here in Germany, so he's going to be looking for a good result, but I'm obviously going to be looking for a good result as well, because I'm up there in the championship. I'm going to be needing to make sure any point really to stay up there. And a really late lunge down the inside of Vettel here, but I've got to say that was a pretty good move, wasn't it? Really late on the brakes. AI, you can say a little bit cautious, so they sort of maybe just gave me the position, I don't know, but get down the inside of Vettel, which was really good there. I was actually really pumped off that overtake. It's like, yes, I can do something in this race now. Got Ericsson in front, who hasn't pitted. He's going to be coming in the pits at the end of this lap here. And obviously other cars coming in too, which should move us up a couple more positions. We made that same mistake again, but luckily Vettel isn't close enough this time to really pounce on us there. But we managed to not go into the gravel there, which is good. And now Ericsson is slightly holding us up here, because we're not exactly being able to accelerate exactly when we wanted through that turn there. But this is the turn where he does sort of hold us up, because I'm sort of like, where is he going? But I didn't actually think he was coming to the pits. And in all honesty, when I was actually racing, I didn't know whether he was going to come into the pits because I wasn't sure what tyres he was on. But all that put me right up, or had a lot of pressure from Vettel because of that. Cars coming out the pits, you can see having my front wing changed and I'm getting slightly held up in the pits has definitely not helped me out here. It's meant that I've dropped down to 9th place here. I think a couple of cars in the front still have got to pit. One of those people is Suttel, who we're coming up to the back of here. But I think, I don't know, I could be wrong, but maybe Suttel's the only one to pit, that has to pit in front of us here, because he is on the prime tyres. We've got past him with another great move down the inside, but it's just a little bit unfortunate. I don't know whether you guys agree with me on this, but DRS seems to be quite powerful, and it seems so easy just to overtake now, and I don't know whether it's a bad thing or not. Obviously it means that overtaking in general is better, but I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you like DRS and having more overtakes, or do you like having not DRS and more sort of legitimate overtakes in a way? But here we are, lap 11. Vettel's still pressuring us here. Obviously he's in a better car, but he has got pressure from behind as well, from Toro Rosso guys as well. But lap 14, we're starting to lose Perez here, starting to lose tyre life as well. And Vettel, with a very opportunistic move for the AI, goes down the inside. I was doing a bit of grass cutting there to try and straighten my line onto the straight. And now getting to the DRS, pretty easy stuff really, around the outside. Exactly what I was talking about a second ago there. That overtake maybe wouldn't have been so easy if DRS wasn't activated. Now, another sort of DRS move in a way. Vettel was obviously closing because of DRS, but it wasn't really a DRS move. But it meant he was closer to, get him in the opportunity for a move there. But he got past us, but now we're going to look around the outside once again and pull a move that Ricciardo did, I think, on Alonso back in Hockenheim. A really nice overtake once again there. And overall the racing for me, I think, was quite good. I'm definitely learning from my mistakes throughout the season, and overall just having a lot of fun overtaking the AI and having a good time racing them, because obviously they're not perfect, the AI in this game, but they're pretty decent sometimes. I think they're better than other games, other F1 games in recent years, so they've definitely had an improvement, but they're still just a little bit cautious, aren't they, in sometimes, which is just a bit frustrating. And Vettel once again going for a move down the inside when my tyres are just all over the place. I'm all over the place, and the car is just now not sticking to the road like it was at the start of the stint. We got DRS once again. You're seeing a trend here, aren't you? Vettel gets past through a legitimate overtake, then I get back past with a DRS overtake, and Vettel once again somehow finds the grip and gets around the outside, and now we're going to have the DRS once again down the inside of Sebastian Vettel, getting the move done, back up into 8th place. All of this fighting is just allowing Perez to fly off into the distance. And now here's the final lap. Vettel going for another move down the inside here, or down the outside I should say, and he gets the move done, but we managed to get back just through braking a little bit later and getting back down the inside here. Now I would play this at full speed, but in all honesty it's quite painful to watch because I was going very slowly here, being very cautious. You can see Vettel going for a move around the outside there, but we somehow managed just to hold them off on that last lap. The tyres were absolutely done on the last couple of laps there, and it was like so horrible to drive, but at the end of the day it was not too bad to, you know, end the race. It was a bit of a challenge, which was fun, and there are the race results there. Hamilton ended up winning by just over a second over Rosberg. Raikkonen getting a podium just under 10 seconds behind the leader. Alonso, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Perez, me, Vettel and Maldonado somehow getting into the points on the last lap there, which is good for him and the Lotus team. And Kvyat, Romain Grosjean and Verne are there in the top 13 as well. I think we go up in a second here just to show you where Hamilton is. But our best lap time there, 1:18.6. And my teammate isn't even in the top 13. So I'm not too sure why I didn't scroll up or down at the minute here. But basically a pretty decent lap time there for me. It was better than Vettel, but I don't know whether that's because I was in front of him. But I was better than Perez as well, who was obviously in front of me at the end of that race. But there we are, the Drivers' Championship. Hamilton now leads over Rosberg, Alonso, and I'm in 4th. But thanks for watching, guys. It's been Axe, and I'm out of here. Goodbye.